this is what's annoying to me. And you can have a conversation with someone face to face, and you can see it. You can see in their eyes. Okay, it's kind of harder.
Yeah, they don't care.
Yeah, like it's harder to you can't really see it in text format, but you can see it when you're talking in their eyes. Like when they wanted like fuck someone or destroy someone over, or destroy someone, and it's like, and you explain that like why they're wrong, and they don't care, and you know they don't care. You could just see it in their face. They just don't care. They're just looking for the excuse.
Yep.
And so
They
that's what
want
happened
you to
with
play
Gina.
along.
Yeah, that's what happened with her. So, yeah, no, complete bullshit.
Still exists to this day. Don't mention Gina Carano on Twitter. You're going to get a hate mob for 2 days.
Gina Carano's hot.
I agree.
There
I
you go.
concur. A team and S class, a rare agreement. I gotten a little kerfuffle on Twitter over
Goofloofing?
no goofing floofing. But it was over Gina Carano. And I can't look. I responded to some.
The actress?
Yeah.
What about her?
I responded to Brianna Wu.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I think she tweeted something about that game or something. I can't remember. Oh no, it was something about
The Starfield thing?
The Starfield game. Yeah, because they have some pronoun controversy going on in there.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. Like honestly about the pronouns in the game. Maybe I should. I only have a limited amount of energy. I'm not sure that I can care about a video game that I'm not playing.
Right.
Like, I understand if you're upset about it, but I tweeted out something about she tweeted out something about the pronouns thing. And I remembered that Gina Carano, that's basically how Gina Carano's downfall started. Was people demanded that she put pronouns in her bio, and instead of putting pronouns, she put beep, bop, boop, and it, like everyone perceived it as giant transphobia and basically targeted her.
Right.
So I said this, and it became a big controversy over that narrative, which I was super surprised by. Yeah. So nobody wanted to believe that this is actually what happened, and were completely attacking me as if I was lying. And even Brianna Wu was like, look, I have all these articles. You have to admit what you're saying is not true. And I'm like, look, I'm not going to admit that. First of all, what I'm saying is not untrue. It totally is true. Just because it's not mentioned in a Yahoo News article, which why would it be? Obviously, they have this is the narrative that you're all talking about. She got fired for anti-Semitism, right?
I don't remember, but I think so. I thought there was some accusation of that.
I was amazed. I didn't realize that Gina Carano being fired from The Mandalorian is like still a giant culture war issue that the entire Twitter is going to go to World War III over me just saying, oh, by the way, look, you're not in favor of mandatory pronouns in your bio, are you? That's what got Gina Carano fired. Ben Burgess actually chimed in and was saying, oh, that's not what happened. Look, I went to our Wikipedia page. And then proceeds to send me a screenshot that says everything that I basically said.
Brianna said, I know I should be a bigger person, but seeing so many adult male gamers have a breakdown over pronouns in Starfield makes me laugh. My blank until my ponytail is all fuzzy. I don't have pronouns in my bio for a reason, but this is objectively hilarious. And then you said, do you think it's fair that the campaign to cancel Gina Carano started because she refused to put pronouns in her Twitter bio? So ultimately got her fired from Mandalorian and ended a spin-off show series producers were developing for her character.
Right.
And then someone said, no, that did not get her fired. She implied that being a Republican was the same as being Jewish in the Holocaust. Disney decided not to rehire her, unsurprisingly. So, okay, I think I understand where the issue is. So I'm assuming that you're correct that her putting beep boop in her pronouns was like the first thing that set off people attacking her. Right?
Well, there was some Black Lives Matter thing beforehand, because
so maybe it was the second thing.
Yeah, Ben Burgess did a screenshot of her Wikipedia page, and I read it, and I'm like, look, everything I said is in this Wikipedia page. Like, I don't know why you're sending this as a smoking gun. Yeah. Yes. So there's a BLM thing, and then then the beep bop boop. And the beep bop boop eventually led to, I mean, the reason she posted that thing, and I got to admit, like, she should have seen this coming. This was like the easiest thing to twist into anti-Semitism as humanly possible. But I do believe she posted that because she was like, look, we can't be attacking people for stupid stuff. That was basically the gist of what she was saying. And she was saying, hating on people is what leads to things like the Holocaust, which, I mean, is true.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, wait. I'm looking at this Black Lives Matter thing because it doesn't make sense to me. So it says, there was a woman named Jay Justice who cosplayed as Gina Carano's character on Twitter, and Gina Carano said it was great. How does that translate into? 2 months ago, Carano made dismissive remarks about trans pronouns.
Yeah, that is the first it got on my radar. So,
okay, wait, but where's the BLM thing? This could be an example of the Wikipedia just fucking straight up lying.
Of course.
Oh, here we go. Wait. In early August, okay, so the beep boop thing was in September. So this was first. In early August, some Twitter activists, users began pressuring Carano to make supportive posts about the Black Lives Matter movement. She impolitely implored while others were accusatory and hostile, the latter of which in part led to her increasing defiance. Quote, in my experience, screaming at someone that they are racist when they are indeed not racist, and any post and or research you will do will show you those exact facts. And I'm sorry, these people are not educators, they're cowards and bullies. Gina Carano replied on August 4th. That led to praise from far-right outlet Breitbart. That's the problem. For refusing to buckle and bow to social pressures.
So maybe that was the beginning of it.
Yeah, it probably was. In late August and early September, Carano again clashed with fans accusing her of racism on Twitter after some followers highlighted posts that she liked that mocked or cast aspersions on Black Lives Matter. Protest. Then, a few weeks later, Carano said she came under fire for resisting calls to specify her pronouns on Twitter bio, an act aimed at avoiding harmful misgendering, and she responded in her bio to beep, bop, boop. So Gina Carano definitely seems to be very reacting to negative.
Yeah.
What is it? Negative reactance?
Psychological reactance. Yes.
Right. If someone tells her to do something,
completely
she says, fuck
driven.
you.
Yeah. She's completely driven by the Liberty Oppression Foundation.
Yes.
She when she did because she did an interview with Ben Shapiro, you could tell that in the interview. Like, she's not even really political. Yeah. But tell her what to do, and she's like, fuck off.
Which shouldn't be surprising. I mean, she's literally an MMA fighter, I would imagine.
I know. That's what I was thinking.
I would imagine.
She beats people up for a living. Why are you bothering this woman?
I would imagine that a lot of MMA fighters would have a similar reaction to someone, demanding that they do something.
She's probably an MMA fighter because someone told her women can't be fighters.
Right. Well, I mean, that's what's hilarious too, because the whole thing is like, you would think she would be an example of that like the left would love, but it's like, no, it doesn't matter that you actually embody something about being literally being a strong woman that could kick most guys' asses. It's like you don't have the right politics. That's like the primary concern.
Oh, holy cow. Look at this.
What?
So I responded to Brianna.
Right.
And a guy responded to me, and he got like 300 likes on his response to me.
That's the one I read, yeah.
Did you? I don't, maybe I was reading something else. No, okay. That did not get her fired. Is that what you read? Look, I'm talking about the response.
Yeah, that's the one I read, yeah.
Okay. I didn't hear you read it. The response is, no, that did not get her fired. She implied that being a Republican was the same as being Jewish in the Holocaust. Disney decided not to rehire her, unsurprisingly.
Okay. So here's where I was going to explain where the the issue arises. That could be either intentionally shitty Twitter behavior or a miscommunication. Because you said, do you think it's fair the campaign to cancel Gina Carano started because she refused to put pronouns in her Twitter bio? This ultimately got her fired from The Mandalorian. So your point was that you were saying that her not putting the gender bios in her Twitter was like the first thing in a chain of events that eventually ended with her getting fired.
Of course,
so,
yeah.
Right. And so this person responded dumbly because they didn't actually read closely or didn't understand, or they're being bad faith.
They're being bad faith. This person is all of these people were bad faith all through this.
Well, okay. It's possible. I
don't know. They're all pieces of shit.
Okay, that's fine. They're all pieces of shit, right? Because then they said, no, that did not get her fired. But you never made a claim that that's what got her fired. You said that was a long series of events that started off, which ended with her being fired. You're not saying that was the direct thing that got her fired.
Of course not. Yeah.
Right. And but this is what's annoying to me on Twitter. Like you say something, someone like completely understands or mischaracterizes what you said, and then a bunch of like literally the dumbest mouth breathers go, yeah, and you're like, oh my god, these people are retarded.
I just unclicked off the stream and was like, gone. Right, I didn't even know he got like 300 likes until now I'm looking at it.
Right, because it's like that response is retarded because it's not even what you said.
Of course, yeah.
So anyway,
I mean, I didn't pay attention until Ben Burgess was jumping into the dog pile. I was like, what the like, really? This is that important to you, Ben?
But this is why I hate interactions. Okay, so then they're arguing back and forth. You're not actually involved, at least from the chain that I say. It's just a bunch of other people arguing about this. I
mean, I did respond to Brianna.
Right, but so then you eventually respond to someone saying, as far as refusals go, beep, after people have been arguing about this, as far as refusals go, beep, bop, boop seemed mild to me. If she had refused by saying, no, go fuck yourself, I'd say it's a bit much. I understand perspectives may vary. To which Brianna responded, I personally don't care about the joke, but that situation is not remotely close to being fired for refusing to put pronouns in her bio. We all make mistakes. Can you admit you misremembered the situation, exaggerating it pretty wildly? ? Okay, so here's where you and everyone in reality needs to be better at this, because I feel like I'm one of the few people that does that. And I understand it. When I get angry, I like half read someone's tweet. So, because if you read, you got to go back and read your original tweet and say, what did I exactly say? Because basically, one of the problems in communication is when someone starts strawmanning you, you can fall into the strawman as opposed to just saying, wait, that's not what I said. Fuck you.
No, no. I've done this before and it's awful. Right. I'm like arguing a thing that's not even my position.
Right. Because your response, so Brianna has at this point adopted the straw man position that you said she was fired for putting pronouns in her bios. Okay?
Right.
And then your response is, I have not exaggerated the situation at all. I believe you're downplaying the situation for your own biased political gain. Well, that's not a very good answer.
Right.
I would never ask you to admit that because it'd be rude. And of course, you don't see it that way.
How is that a bad response?
I mean, it's you went for blood. I mean, that's going for the jugular response.
Look, she's calling me a liar. I don't what the fuck?
Well, she said, can you admit you misremembered the situation, exaggerating it pretty wildly? So my response,
she's calling me, she's saying I'm exaggerating. Okay. What the fuck?
Right. So my response.
Did I exaggerate? You looked at the situation. I did not exaggerate at all.
So this is the problem. The original people misread, or they bad faith read your tweet. It created this narrative, and then she responded to the
okay,
incorrect
that's
narrative.
A good point. Okay. That's a great point. Yeah.
So my response would have been, Brianna, if you read my original tweet, I said that putting the pronouns in the bio was just the beginning of a chain reaction that set off down the path to her getting fired. I did not say it got her directly fired. Now it's funny because when I make a tweet and I say something like that, and then people run off of these straw mans, and I say, I didn't say that. Go back and read my original tweet. I said this very specific thing. You know what people always respond to me when I say that to them?
What? They don't respond.
You're running away from your original position that I imagined you had. You're shifting the goalpost. It's like this, like, oh my, I'm just like, fucking hell, like, Jesus, like, you're kidding me.
Oh, that's horrible.
But that's like 9 times out of 10, that's always a response. I'm like, did you actually like go back and because this is what happens. This is why like communicating, especially on Twitter, is annoying. And I find it's true for everyone. Someone makes someone makes a claim that's like somewhat specific. It's like a specific thing and kind of a narrow claim. People read it and they kind of like generalize and hyperbolize it. And then everyone responds to the general hyperbole. And when you say like, that's not what I said this very specific thing, they get all angry and they try to pretend like, no, you actually secretly meant this general hyperbolic thing that I imagined you said, which is stupid and easy for me to attack. So
like she reposts my tweet. So I respond.
Oh, did she quote tweet this?
No, she didn't. We just argued. Look, Brianna's good enough faith. She's not going to like call me out to her fans. Right. I think she felt bad that a bunch of her fans were jumping in and being like total fucking mouth breathing dicks. Mm-hmm. So, but I responded to the guy. I said, that's the way people dishonestly spun her tweet. And that dishonest framing still exists today. And then Brianna responded, can you show me some evidence this is why she was fired? And I said, I'm not sure there is a smoking gun, but I'm not trying to change your mind on this. Just interested in your opinion on mandatory socially enforced pronoun display. And she says, I think it's dumber than hell, responding to the forced pronouns, which is fine. Like, I'm like, okay, that's all I'm interested in. Like, you're not in favor of people demanding people put pronouns in their bio.
Right.
And then she says, but this statement seems like you are asserting it is true. And she redoes my tweet. She like supposed to screen cap on my tweet. And I say, it is true. I just don't have proof at the ready. Do you have something that disproves that tweet? And everyone's like losing their minds. They're like, oh my God. Oh, that tweet has 110 likes. Oh, this is completely, these people need to fucking get a life.
True. So
yeah.
Okay. Well,
that's so funny. I don't look. Okay. I often cause chaos on Twitter, and then I untag myself, like Sitch showed me to do.
Yes.
And I don't see any of it. I'm just gone.
I mean, that's the move. That's the move to do. You know.
I'm out of there. I'm like, okay, you guys argue about it, and I'm gone.
Well, it's annoying because it's like I could have swore. I say this like a million times, and I don't never look at what people say. I could have swore before Elon Musk bought Twitter, you could untag yourself from argument chains on Twitter without untagging yourself from the entire replies, and that functionality doesn't exist anymore, to my knowledge.
Okay.
Because that's what always happens. If you have a tweet and there'd be like a bunch of people arguing and they don't untag you, so you're mentioned to flow with these fucking idiots arguing about some other shit that's like you don't want to read, and you're just like, I just untag myself from the entire conversation, so I don't get this nonsense.
Okay, I stumbled across the Ben Burgess response.
Okay, don't. Okay, well,
yeah, we can move on. It's just funny. Like,
well, I just want to say something about the Starfield. So there's this big controversy. You guys aren't aware. The video game came out called Starfield. It was a baby face versus heels, right?
Yeah, heels versus baby face.
Heels versus baby face.
As is his name.
Yes, got it backwards.
Right.
Who I believe it was him, right? He was playing Starfield, and in the beginning of the game, there's some functionality where when you're creating a character, it like asks for your pronouns or something, or you have the ability to change your pronouns. And he got very mad about this, and he refunded the game, and he kind of made a big angry rant about it. And a bunch of people were making.
Did he refund the game?
I believe so.
Really? Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Wow.
And so a bunch of people were like making fun of him for getting so angry about this, and like, which, if people disagree with it, fine, I guess. I don't really have a strong feeling about it. I don't really give a shit about pronouns in the video game or whatever. But the thing that was weird and did annoy me was that the amount of people that would just completely do the Twitter thing where they'd mischaracterize his entire argument and make it stupid and retarded to the point.
Yeah, that's called strawman.
Yeah, to like the point you're like, what the fuck are you talking about? And so like, and Justin Wang did this too. He tweeted out a picture of Professor Oaks from Pokemon saying, are you a boy or are you a girl? Because in Pokemon, you can choose your gender or your sex. And Justin Wang said, I've had it up to here with this shit. And a bunch of people, and this tweet got 78,000 likes.
Right.
Okay. Now I don't know what Justin's intention of the tweet was, but like when I'm going through the replies, all the replies are saying, "Oh my god, Pokemon was woke, LOL." Like they're all making fun of the idea, saying, "Oh, Pokemon was woke, Pokemon, ha 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 ha." They're all making fun of it, like as if this has any relation to the conversation about wokeness or the complaint that Az was making about Starfield.
Right.
And I'm like reading this, I'm like, are these people retarded? These people are literally the dumbest fucking people on earth. Because and so I tweeted out, I said, do they not, how did tens of thousands of people not realize that that picture of him asking, are you a boy or a girl, makes his point about pronouns? It doesn't make the fucking woke people's point about pronouns. How are people this fucking stupid? Or do they just not care? Like, it's just like people like see something, someone tells them this is a dunk, and they just go, yeah. Even if it's not actually a dunk, it literally proved his fucking point. It literally made his so fucking point. And people are like, oh, Pokemon was woke. These guys say Pokemon was woke because it asks you your gender. It's like, well, no, it asks
where's
you
the non-binary?
Right. It literally asked you your sex on a binary scale, which is a traditional way of thinking about sex and gender. You fucking idiot. How is this make your dumb fuck point about having pronouns separate from sex? Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know. People are just so fucking stupid. It frustrates me. The mob of people. This is why we need to have liberalism, okay? Mobs of people are the dumbest fucking people on the face of the earth. Isn't there some like great Mark Twain quote or something where he's like, oh, individual people are great, but mobs are like retarded?
No, that's Men in Black.
Is it?
It is.
I'm pretty sure Men in Black got it from someone else. Like,
okay, they stole it from Mark Twain.
That's some quote. Hilarious. There's some good quote about like, individual people are smart, but mobs are like fucking idiots. And it's just because that's what always happens. Some Twitter mob, they say the dumbest shit ever. Then when you ask this person on individual level, it's like, oh no, actually, it's it's no, this person is. I understand what you're saying. It's like, oh, okay. So as soon as you become individuated, you understand exactly, and that's why liberalism is based, and that's why communism is not based. So,
of course, because communism is an individualistic philosophy.
There you go. Anyways, if that's from Men in Black did a good job. Okay,
they did. Yeah, they definitely use it in Men in Black.
Yes,
they're like people are smart. But
no, person is smart. People are stupid.
A person is smart, yeah, but people are dumb, panicky, pieces of shit.
Right. A person is smart. People are dumb, panicky, dangerous animals, and
Oh, there you go. You looked it up. Nice.
Yeah, I looked it up. Yeah. Yeah, so that's a great line. So there you go.
Bottom line takeaway is Brianna Wu is not in favor of people going and forcing people to put pronouns into their bio.
Right.
So if you see anyone doing that, tag Brianna Wu and say, hey, didn't you say you were against this?
No, don't do that.
Why?
It's great.
Why?
She's not the arbiter. She's not the arbiter of people's behavior online.
Look, she is officially the pronoun cop now.
Okay.
For the Sitch and Adam. No, obviously I'm joking.
Okay.
Look, I'm with Sitch. It's probably not a good idea.
Yeah.
If you do it, make sure you don't mention us.
Don't mention me. I don't have anything to do with this. My hands are clean.
Look, all she had to do was answer. This was what was so infuriating about it. Like, all she had to do was answer, right. No, I'm not in favor of that. But it became this long, protracted thing about, you're lying about why Gina Carano got fired.
Right.
Gina Carano got fired because she's a racist.
Mm-hmm.
Look, in a world, like, just unbiasedly, in a world where they're not constantly attacking her and accelerating the situation or escalating the situation, does she even post the meme, the Holocaust meme? I mean, I don't think she does.
No. Because I agree with your I agree. I mean, actually, it turns out it was the BLM thing, but I'm like the BLM thing, and then these are like steps that put you on a pathway.
Right. Next thing you know, you're making dumb mistakes posting. I mean, it was just a dumb mistake. It was so obvious that it would be mischaracterized.
Right. I mean, I didn't find it offensive, the way people were saying it. But it was obvious that people would find it offensive.
Right. If she changed one word, she might have gotten away with it.
Mm-hmm. She said,
oh, go ahead. You read it.
She said, Jews were beaten in the streets, not by Nazi soldiers, but by their neighbors, even by children. Because history is edited, most people today don't realize that to get to that point where Nazi soldiers could easily round up thousands of Jews, the government first made their own neighbors hate them simply for being Jews. How is that any different from hating someone for their political views?
Okay, now she would have said, how is that any different from hating someone for innocuous political views? I think it's
that still would have got her in trouble.
You think so?
Yeah, because
then they would have said the Nazis were innocuous. You're right.
This is 100. So her getting fired for that post is 100% bad faith dog shit. That was Disney didn't want her because she had wrong politics, and she was making a lot. People were complaining about her for months because she had wrong politics, and they were just looking for an excuse because there's nothing wrong.
Yeah,
right. So for people to say she's comparing to the Holocaust, like, okay, sure, maybe people should be making Holocaust comparisons, but was she just bring up the point that she was making was not saying like, oh, Republicans are being gone after to the same level of Jews in the Holocaust. That was not the point. Her point was that in terms of how society is taught to hate people, it wasn't like the Nazi soldiers running around doing all this stuff, just on their own. Like they create a culture where people would basically rat each other out, where neighbors would turn against neighbors.
Yep.
And I think that that's true, and I don't have a problem with that statement she made whatsoever. And the fact that she would get fired for that, or that would be seen as like anti-Semitic, is like is literally fucking retarded. And it's just people are in like so bad faith mode that they want her gone. This is what's annoying to me. And you can have a conversation with someone face to face, and you can see it. You can see in their eyes. Okay, it's kind of hard.
Yeah, they don't care.
Yeah, like it's harder to you can't really see it in text format, but you can see it when you're talking in their eyes. Like when they wanted like fuck someone or destroy someone or destroy someone, and it's like, and you explain that like why they're wrong, and they don't care, and they don't care. You could just see it in their face. They just don't care. They're just looking for the excuse.
Yep.
And so that's what happened.
You to play along.
Yeah, that's what happened with her. So, yeah, no, complete bullshit.
Still exists to this day. Don't mention Gina Carano on Twitter. You're going to get a hate mob for 2 days.
Gina Carano's hot.
Yeah, I agree. I concur. A-Team and S-Class, a rare,
there you go.
A rare agreement. Hi, you just listened to a clip from the Sitch and Adams show. If you like what you heard, you can listen to our live show right here on this channel on Sunday, starting at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. And if you want, you can super chat us. We read $20 and up super chats on the show, and then do a follow-up stream on the following Tuesday where we read the rest of the unread super chats and interact with fans of the show. Subscribe to this channel right here to listen to the live show or to listen to more of our awesome clips.